I'm Vin.
I'm Sori.
That's Booby.
And Colby and Chip.
November's Doom.
Yeah, so we get to hear another song of theirs, which I'm interested in because the last time people were saying that one was kind of outside of the norm for them because it was the one for his daughter.
Is this the band, the Autumn one?
Yes.
Okay.
Right, so...
And then his daughter commented.
Yeah, she did.
I pinned her comment. Shout out to the big homie.
Yep.
Or the big homette.
She said you were right.
Yeah, she said I guessed right on the a lot of the lyrics. So, there you are.
Love that.
So if you want to be part of an alliance, you just start on Patreon. It's $1, and then you can join up with one of the amazing alliances, and then you can make your case and get your song reviewed.
Send me a message on there and I can send you the list of the different groups.
Yep. So this is the Extreme, this is actually, right? The Extreme Underground?
Yep, this is the Extreme Underground.
Sweet.
Hey, thanks again. 2 more packages arrived today for the baby. I guess we could call it the baby shower that we'll be doing it. I'm not sure exactly when.
We're going to be doing a baby shower.
But when we do it, we're going to try to maybe live stream it or something. Probably live stream
We are.
it.
We're going to live stream the baby shower.
So thank you to everybody who's been participating in that. The link is in the description. And if you want to see what my mom looks like, check out My Story Life. Oh. There's a video with my mom in it.
Speaking of your mom, shout out to the big homie Cliff. Thank you for everything you've done for us, big homie.
I know, yeah.
Appreciate you. Okay, for timely topical political commentary, you can hit us up at Middle America with Vin and Sori.
Yep. What, are you ready?
Oh, did you introduce My Story Life? Or?
I already did. I said if you want to see my mom, check out My Story Life.
Oh, okay. That's right. You're right. I'm sorry.
You're not paying attention.
I'm not. Just like, what's his face wasn't paying attention to Candace Brown. All right. What's the name of this song?
Or people that are not paying attention to the stuff they comment before they watch your video. Shout out to all you losers.
A eulogy for the living lost. Let's do it.
Go.
Those who get
Wow, that was good. I like this band.
This this is the same. That guy's a big dude, man.
He is, but you know what?
Lord.
I feel like it goes great with his voice.
Well, yeah, and the whole like aesthetic of their band.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. I bet they must put on a very compelling live show.
Yeah. Yeah.
What did you think?
Does he sound like a little Viking-ish to you?
What do you mean?
Like there's just something about some of the.
I've never met a real life Viking in my life, so I don't really
let's
know
just
what
go by
they
the
sound
movies then. The shows.
Sure.
There's just some of the parts where, like, when he does it, it kind of has like that sort of.
Oh, you know, Game of Thrones is on tonight.
Oh, is it?
New episode.
Oh, I want to see it.
I bet you do.
Did you notice that? It was like around here. Those black things that were hanging down in the music video.
Yeah.
Did that remind you of anything?
No.
It didn't?
Hmm.
Do you remember VHS tapes?
Oh, yeah.
It looks like the inside of the VHS tape. Like it was like that thin tape that was shiny like that, black. You knew you were in trouble when your tape wouldn't play and you tried to pop it out. And
I was frantically trying to get the lyrics up, but this stupid computer.
I know.
But
that's okay. I was enjoying the show.
I was getting a lot of the lyrics.
But you did?
The last stanza, have no doubt no one will find you. A eulogy for the living lost. Fabricated hope from the skies above, born of lies on that December day. December, Christmas, Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then
did it say something about Christ in it? I thought I heard, a Savior is born into this way. Oh, let's do these. Let's start from the top because.
Those forgetful few will walk from your side, left alone to face a congregation. A small triumph to see the rays of light. There's no need for sin where you're going. Can you hear them calling the faceless come to pass? Cold night under the veil, no escape from the destiny path.
Hold on for 2 seconds. You know we're gonna do the Easter egg hunt with the kids?
Yeah.
I think that we should put empty eggs. Because remember we're gonna have light stuff and then empty eggs? I just keep forgetting to tell you that, so.
Why would we do empty eggs?
Well, because it's gonna throw off the.
Okay.
Okay, so anyway, sorry. Well, it comes in my mind, I gotta say it now so I don't forget.
I've watched for years as you failed at life.
How discouraging.
Leaving behind the desperate cause, piercing sound that comes from miles below, rising from the depths to take you home. I think he's talking about a person has just died. And he's basically speaking to them like, to me it looks like, you know, the little procession in the church and they bring the casket, so the guy's in the casket and I think he's talking to him. And I think he's resentful of religion, namely Christianity, that offers all this hope, and the fact is everybody's gonna die.
Oh.
So, you know, it's all the hope that you have and all the rest of it is
wow, I
is
can't believe you
BS.
got that from all that.
It's a eulogy for the living lost, so it's like you do a eulogy for somebody that's dead, but these people are alive, but they're essentially dead because they're holding on to a lie. Those forgetful few will walk from your side. See, left alone to face a congregation, a small triumph to see the rays of light.
So you're saying the person is.
There's no need for sin where you're going. Person's already dead. See what I'm saying?
I thought you said the person wasn't dead.
No, the guy's dead. He's in a casket.
Yeah.
But the eulogy isn't for him. The eulogy is for the people in the congregation, the church.
Oh.
Because they're believing in something, but it's a lie. So they're basically just as dead as the guy who's actually dead. Is my thesis. That's what I'm saying is what's going on in the song. So in the first.
So the forgetful few are the people that are standing by.
You know how they do the procession and they bring the casket to the middle of church, and then they will walk from your side, and then you would be left alone to face the congregation.
Oh.
See what I'm saying? A small triumph to see the rays of light. There's no need for sin where you're going. I mean, he's dead. Mm-hmm. And he's saying it doesn't, sin is this construct that people made up, but you're dead, you're dead. You're not going to be sinning anywhere because you're dead. Mm-hmm. Can you hear them calling the faceless come to pass? Cold night under the veil, no escape from the destiny path.
Wow. Okay. Is that when they're like passing in front of the casket?
Yeah.
Wow.
Exactly. I've watched for years as you failed at life, leaving behind a desperate cause. I'm assuming that this is a person who devoted themselves entirely to religion. So he's saying that person failed at life. And then you've left behind the desperate cause. Like the cause of Christianity is a desperate cause because the fulcrum of Christianity is the resurrection. Like we're the only ones in the majors that are claiming that their guy rose from the dead.
Right.
So he's saying that's a desperate cause. Piercing sound that comes from miles below, rising from the depths to take you home.
Oh, that's creepy.
Yeah. There is no compassion. The end is drawing near. As the waiting burns, your guilt will keep you alive.
What is that?
And now I think he's...
You don't want to die because you've got too much guilt?
Well, yeah. Like, you know, it's a typical Christianity is based on fear and guilt and da-da-da-da-da.
As the waiting burns.
Right. That's the hell.
Yeah.
There's no hell. It's just the waiting, living this life in the confines of your religion is hell. I think is what he's saying. Have no doubt no one will find you. You know, which is kind of a flip.
I can see how people would think that. Like living life in the confines of your religion is hell. I think that it is in some instances. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
If you misunderstand what religion really is, and then it becomes all rules and regulations, then yeah, it's hell.
Right. I agree, of course. For sure. Yeah, I mean, I agree completely. I mean, if I had the amount of ways that I hear people describe Christianity, if I didn't read the Bible for myself and hear Jesus' words for myself, I'd be like, oh, forget that. But, you know, a lot of people, you know, they don't actually hear what Jesus says. They're just hearing what, some of it is, they're hearing it from experience, right? And now you've got a lot of neo people that just go to a website that's devoted to, you know, to slander Christianity. So of course, if you're getting your information about Christianity from a website that's against Christianity, like,
well, you're the first person that ever like said to me, if you're trying to get information, don't like. You'd say, if you're trying to get information on Muslims or on atheism, like, don't go to a Christian website that's going to teach you about it. Go to the atheist website. Go to let the Muslims speak for themselves. You know what I mean? And, and that was like, at first I was kind of like, well, wait, why would we do that? Like, they're not going to tell us what's actually the real scoop. And then I'm like, actually, no. They are going to say what's the real scoop because it's what they believe. It's just probably not going to match up with what, you know, somebody from... Because the thing is, when people... It's the same thing that happens when people say... They have all these thoughts about Christianity that are not true, but they think that they are, you know? Stuff that they think is in the Bible, like God helps those who help themselves. It's not in the Bible.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, no, I agree. And, you know, the typical, you know, live your best life and try to do your best and maybe God will, you know, accept you and blah, blah, blah. None of that's not Christianity.
Right. Or you go to heaven because you do good things.
Because you're a good person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All those things, you know?
Those are all, you know.
Yeah.
But it happens all the time. My atheist friends will say, the Bible says this. And I'm like, no, it doesn't. Who told you that?
Who told you that? You always say that. Who told you that? Checking my blood again,
so
guys.
my point is, if those versions of Christianity were actually Christianity, then I'd be right there with the big homie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, that's not good. 144. I shouldn't have eaten the cereal after my egg.
But this was a good one. Have no doubt no one will find you. That's kind of like a flip because it's usually like, you know, in Deuteronomy, like even if you've been exiled to the farthest corners of the earth, when you call to the Lord your God, the Lord your God will find you right where you call for him. You know, you will seek me and find me when you seek with me with your whole heart. I'll be found by you, says the Lord. He's flipping it and saying, nah, he's not going to find you.
What's that thing where it says, and he's not far from any of us?
Yeah. That he put us all in our places of habitation so that we might seek for him, even though he's not far from each one of us. Yeah. Now this one is
oh my God, it's so discouraging.
And it's like, have no doubt. Nobody's going to find you.
I have no doubt.
Rest well, child. The day has come, the one we fear. Tales of torture alive with belief. The good in man has been left to rot, and now they take their rightful place. You ignored my warning. nowhere on earth to hide. Now you face your purpose and fail to crawl away.
Jeez.
So this right here, I'm assuming, is about hell.
Yeah, tales of torture alive with belief.
Right. The only way that hell can exist, and because he doesn't believe that hell exists at all, the only way it can exist is through the belief of the people that believe that it exists.
And that keeps it alive.
Right. Of course, from my perspective on hell, it's simply divine quarantine. That God gives you a space in the universe where you get to act out your evil desires unchecked, and then you can build a society. You can build a society full bore without any sort of restrictions.
That would be so disgusting and tiring after a while.
After a while? How about after 2 hours?
Well,
go watch The Purge.
Oh,
it's a 2-hour movie.
That's right. If you have a whole society where everybody's doing that. I was thinking you're starting your own thing. Yeah.
I think a lot of people, when it comes to hell, if I were to say, just God gives you a space in the universe where you can go out and prosecute your business without any fear of reprisal, I think people initially think that that's a good thing until they realize the implications of that.
Oh, I know. Remember that girl that said the only reason why she hasn't killed anyone is because she doesn't want to go to jail?
Oh, yeah. Oh, for sure.
I mean, I don't know what you thought, but
I would surprise me.
Well, I was surprised. To me, she did not look like the type of person that would say something like that.
Everybody's the type of person, though. What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? I wouldn't kill somebody if I thought I could get away with it.
Yeah? You sure?
Yeah? What do you mean?
It depends. Somebody did something to somebody that you really care about.
Well, yeah, but that's not the same as, like... No. That's not the same as, I just would like to kill somebody.
She wasn't saying randomly, I'd just like to kill somebody.
She wasn't? What was she saying?
No, she just said, if I could get away with it and I wanted to kill somebody, I would do it. So, I mean, it's human nature. But see, here he's saying the good in man has been left to rot. See, I'm assuming this is, here's a Vingo, I'm assuming this is a dig at original sin. Which I'll never understand anybody that... I forgot who I was talking to, where I said, of course you believe in original sin. It was somebody from the channel. Oh, it was Dan Pogmore. It was in our epic, 5 o'clock in the morning debate. I'm like, of course you believe in original sin. What are you talking about? I was like, I don't care what you call it. I'm like, we're about to have Orion, and he's gonna steal somebody's Lego at the playpen. Like, he's like, well, yeah, of course he will, mate. I'm like, well, okay, mate, then you believe in original sin, mate, whatever you want to call it.
It's not like we're going to be like, when you get in there with the other children, be sure to take their toys.
Right. All of us believe that the only difference is original sin explains why.
Yeah.
But nobody disputes that that's there.
Right.
You ignored my warning. I think he was saying, look, this is really interesting because it's like, look, if you continue on this bullshit, you're going to waste your life, right? Nowhere on earth to hide because the guy is dead and he's going to go back into the earth. But the guy was thinking he was going to get into some wonderful afterlife. So that's the irony of nowhere on earth to hide, because it's like, no, you're not going anywhere but the earth. That's it. Now you face your purpose and fail to crawl away, right? Your purpose is to die because that's the end goal.
Right.
All right. This volatile mind, faith, deception, agony in God for his stature, falling again, losing to dark. Failing again, losing to dark. A savior is born unto this wretch. Fabricated hope from the skies above, born of lies on that December day. This dude can write. Whoo! It does seem to me that there's a sort of resentment that unbelieving people have for people that believe what we believe. And I think I understand, like, if I was truly convinced on their perspective, if I really believed that there was no God or that Christianity was false and that there was no reality outside of this world, and then there was a whole slew of people that genuinely believed the opposite and believed that they were like going to be together forever and have a happily ever after and all that, but genuinely believed it, I would be very resentful of those people.
Why?
Because it's like, you get to have that grounding hope in your life. And I have got this nihilistic sort of everything is going to turn to ash, perspective. And here you are, you get to float around on this delusion, but you really believe it. So it really is making you happy.
Makes a positive, positive influence on you.
I've had people tell me that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've had people say that, but it's like, yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, I can see that. That makes sense.
I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Of course, I don't believe Jesus was born in December. I actually think he was born on September 11th, but...
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I
literally.
thought people believed April.
Yeah, a lot of people say April, but I think it's probably September 11th to the day, but that's a whole other video. It'd take me about an hour to unpack. But
oh my gosh.
Oh, Michael Heiser believes it too, so this is not like some tinfoil kookiness.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah. This guy is really good though. Like, he uses seasons in his lyricism. Like with Autumn, the name of the band is November's Doom, and then it ends talking about December or whatever, which is pretty fitting because December is kind of like, if you get rid of all the romanticism about Christmas, December is a pretty dead month. Like, it's like you're in the heart of winter. It's snowy, no leaves on the trees.
No.
December is actually a pretty terrible, depressing month.
See, December, it leads up to Christmas, and when Christmas is over, December is basically over. But yeah, no, I hear what you're saying.
So,
Maine, it's just, Maine is so, like, what would December be like in California?
Right.
I mean, not everybody's going to have the same attitude about December as we do.
Right. I don't think there's a lot of doom metal bands that come out of California, though. You know what I'm saying?
How could there be?
I don't know where these brothers are from, but I remember when I first came to this country, and I was sitting in a car. We were in front of the 7-Eleven, and I just assumed that everybody was a Christian, because in Jamaica... Like, Jamaica at one time had the record for most churches, per square mile or whatever.
Yeah, I remember you told me that.
So I just assumed everybody in the world was a Christian. And my mom was like, no. I was like, what? Well, don't they have Bibles? I was, 4? Oh. And she's like, they're lost souls, baby. They're lost souls. I was like, what? I was like, what do you mean they're lost? Of course, I'm 4. Everything is literal. I'm like, what do you mean they're lost? What are you talking about? And so she's explained, not everybody believes in God and da-da-da-da. I'm like, what?
How could this be?
I was like, well, how did they get here? How did they think they got here? She was,
That's cute.
So it was just funny, a eulogy for the living lost, because he's flipping that and saying, because I don't think I've ever really been called a lost person. That must be very insulting.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Like, you never even hear that language in the New Testament. You only hear it once with the prodigal son. He was lost, now he's found, da-da-da-da. But you don't generally hear Jesus calling people who don't believe in him lost.
No.
Paul doesn't call them lost. Like, we're But, like, that's a big, like, evangelical...
Maybe it came from that parable.
That one parable?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, lost sheep of the house of Israel. Yeah, okay. All right, well, that's 2. Yeah, but that must be, if Jesus... I think if Jesus of Nazareth came down and called somebody lost, that they would probably not be insulted.
Yeah.
Because it's Jesus. But if you're just some regular person running around saying, hey, you're lost.
Yeah, but I think that if you were lost in the woods and somebody came up to you and said, you're lost, you wouldn't be lost at that point because there's somebody there. So maybe they know how to get you out of this situation. And I feel like that if Jesus came to you and said, you're lost, I feel like that there would be a way in which when he says lost, you almost feel found.
Well, yeah. You
Jesus.
know what happens when Jesus talks to you. And I know what happens when Jesus talks to you.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, it's... Jesus could tell me you are a space alien. I'm like, you know what? You're right.
Babe, that doesn't help our cause.
I don't care. I'm just being honest about it. I don't care about it.
It's like that time they in that youth group, they were like, so what if you found out that God didn't exist? I was like... I wouldn't want to believe it because I really like my belief in God.
Right.
And everybody was like, ah! They were like, all right.
How dare you be honest?
How could you be that honest?
Yeah. I'm convinced that the vast majority of people, if they had one conversation with Jesus, it would do it.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, and that's why I'm very optimistic about everybody. But I just think that that language, I've never used that language. I've always been troubled by it. Even when my mom was saying it. Oh, yeah, it just feels like a little bit condescending to me. Like, oh, yeah. Now, if a person were to come to me in the woods, because I've been lost in the woods.
Oh, gosh.
If a person were to come to me and say, are you lost? I'd be like, yeah, help me. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, you don't go to somebody and say, you're lost and da-da-da-da. Like, people know when they have no direction in their life. They know that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You don't have to come out and say that. But it's like, oh, you're not on my team, you're lost. I don't know. I think it's a good twist, because I'm sure this dude's heard that all his life. What do you give the song?
A 9. I enjoyed it.
I give it a 9.2.
I'll go up, 9.2.
I thought it was good. I liked the thrash riff at the beginning, but it was still kind of doomy. Mm-hmm. And they're right; it's definitely different from the Autumn one for sure. But he was doing that for his little girl, so you gotta give respect to the big homie. All right, Vin out.
Sori out.
Gone.
Piercing sound that comes from miles below, rising from the depths